Welcome to my Birthday Magic series where I show you how I DIY'd my son's first birthday party on a budget. Today we're talking about these party favor thank you tags that I made using Canva. I started with a custom design size of 11 inches by 8.5 inches so that the canvas was landscape instead of portrait. I then went into settings and added guides. I put 5 columns by 3 rows and made sure that the gaps and margins were all at 0. Next, I added a second page and went into uploads to drop in my color palette that I'm using for all the designs for the party so that everything's cohesive and color coordinated. Next, I went into elements and looked for a polka dot background. There are a ton to choose from. I just made sure you could edit the colors on the one that I picked. I then went in and updated all of the colors to match the colors on our color palette using the eyedropper tool. I wanted the polka dots to be kind of small, so I sized them and then duplicated them to fit across the page. Then I selected them all, grouped them, and brought the transparency down to about 25. And then locked them in place. I went back into elements to look for a colorful border to add, also being sure to pick one that I could edit the colors on. I once again went in and updated all of the colors to my color palette colors using the eyedropper tool and then sized them to what I wanted and duplicated to fit across the page. I selected them all, grouped them, and then started duplicating them so that they were at the top and the bottom of each of the horizontal lines. I went back into uploads and dropped in the face cutout that I wanted to use for the tags. The previous video in this series is how to do the face cutouts, so that is on my profile if you need it. And then went back into elements and searched for party hats. Once again choosing one where I could edit the colors. I sized it to his head and then selected both objects and grouped them together and then sized them down to fit into one of the tag boxes. The last element is adding the text. So I started with the thank you text at the top. I used the CS Gordon font and added a splice effect. And then played around with the line spacing, the letter spacing, and the placement on the tag. I used another heading text box to add my Max's first birthday party text at the bottom. For this one, I used the Dreaming Out Loud all caps font. And then played around a little bit with the hat colors. Next, I selected all of the objects on the tag, including the face, the hat, and the 2 text boxes, and I started to duplicate them across the page. Once you duplicate the first one and place it, and you press duplicate again, it will automatically populate another one in the exact same distance that you did the first 2. I then went in and selected the entire top row to duplicate for the second row, and then it again populated the third row for me. Next, I ungrouped each individual tag so that I could play with the colors of the hat and the thank you text. Again, obviously choosing colors from my color palette. Once you have all of your colors set, you can go ahead and save as a PDF print and then print on your printer at home or wherever you're printing. Please let me know if you need further clarification on any of these steps, and I will see you guys on the next episode.